The arrival. The small town of Ravenswood was shrouded in an eerie silence as the sun dipped below the horizon. A dense fog crept through the streets, casting long shadows that seemed to reach out for unsuspecting souls. In the heart of the town stood an ancient mansion, long abandoned and rumored to be cursed. Emma, a curious journalist with a penchant for uncovering the truth, arrived in Ravenswood to investigate the mysterious occurrences surrounding the mansion. The locals spoke in hushed tones about a faceless entity that lurked in the shadows, feeding on fear and despair. They called it the Slenderman. As Emma stepped into the desolate town, the air turned cold, and a chilling wind whispered through the narrow alleys. She could feel the weight of the unseen eyes watching her every move. Undeterred, she made her way to the cursed mansion, her camera in hand and determination in her heart. The mansion loomed before her, its decaying facade a testament to the passage of time. The front door creaked open, protesting the intrusion of an outsider. Emma hesitated for a moment, her instincts warning her to turn back, but her desire for the truth propelled her forward. Inside, the air was thick with dust, and the only sound was the echo of her footsteps. As she explored the dimly lit halls, strange symbols adorned the walls, sending shivers down her spine. Unfazed, she pressed on, guided by an inexplicable force that seemed to draw her deeper into the heart of darkness. The unseen presence. The mansion's grand ballroom was adorned with faded tapestries and broken chandeliers. Emma felt a strange energy in the air, as if the very walls held secrets waiting to be uncovered. As she examined a dusty piano in the corner, a distant whisper echoed through the room. "Leave," it hissed, barely audible yet unmistakably present. Emma's heart raced, but she refused to be intimidated. With each step, the whispers grew louder, and the temperature dropped. Shadows danced on the walls, their movements seemingly choreographed by an unseen force. In the mirror-lined corridor, Emma caught a glimpse of a tall figure standing in the periphery of her vision. The figure vanished when she turned to face it, leaving only a lingering feeling of unease. The Slenderman had begun its subtle dance of terror. Night fell over Ravenswood, and the mansion seemed to come alive with malevolent energy. Emma, now deep in her investigation, discovered an old diary in one of the dusty rooms. The entries spoke of a dark ritual performed years ago, summoning a spectral entity that fed on the town's darkest fears. As she delved into the history, the whispers intensified. The Slenderman was no longer content to remain in the shadows. Emma could feel its presence, an oppressive force that seemed to press against her very soul. The dance of despair. The once sleepy town of Ravenswood now trembled under the weight of an ancient curse. Shadows stretched and twisted, taking on unnatural forms as the Slenderman's influence spread. Residents reported night terrors, sightings of faceless figures, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Emma, driven by a relentless pursuit of truth, ventured into the town to uncover the source of the malevolence. As she interviewed the locals, tales of lost loved ones and unexplainable disappearances emerged. The Slenderman, it seemed, had a penchant for tormenting the vulnerable. The journalist's investigations led her to a group of survivors who claimed to have encountered the entity and lived to tell the tale. Their eyes told stories of unspeakable horrors, and their voices quivered as they recounted the slender figure that haunted their nightmares. Together, they formed an uneasy alliance, determined to confront the Slenderman and put an end to its reign of terror. Armed with knowledge from the diary and guided by the survivors' harrowing experiences, they set out to break the curse that bound the town. The confrontation. The group ventured back into the mansion, armed with makeshift weapons and a shared determination to face the Slenderman head-on. The air within the mansion crackled with malevolence, and the walls seemed to close in around them. As they reached the heart of the mansion, a room filled with ancient symbols and an otherworldly energy, the Slenderman materialized before them. Its featureless face stared into their very souls, and the air became thick with despair. A voice, neither human nor entirely alien, echoed through their minds, "You cannot escape the darkness. I am the fear that lurks in the depths of your soul." Undeterred, Emma and her companions stood their ground, reciting incantations meant to banish the malevolent entity. The room trembled, and the very fabric of reality seemed to warp as the Slenderman fought to maintain its grip on the world. In a blinding flash of light, the room returned to an eerie calm. The Slenderman was gone, banished by the collective will of those who dared to defy its influence. Ravenswood, once trapped in the clutches of darkness, breathed a sigh of relief as the curse lifted. End. Lingering shadows. Ravenswood slowly began to recover from the horrors that had plagued it for generations. The survivors returned to their lives, forever marked by the scars of their ordeal. Emma, having witnessed the true face of fear, continued her journalistic endeavors, haunted by the knowledge that some shadows never truly fade. Yet, as the town attempted to move on, whispers of the Slenderman lingered in the wind. The faceless entity, banished but not defeated, watched from the shadows, patiently waiting for the day when fear would once again grip Ravenswood, and its dance of despair would resume.